sit on this side.
Oh,
And
you
then
have
as they
those on?
group them together.
Yeah,
all
and she's
work
in your
and
car?
that's it.
At the
But
office,
if
I'm
you
not
sit by
telling you
yourself,
what to do.
you
Well, you're technically upper management. Okay, so I'm fine. Just, I know nothing. No.
I had to go home.
No, I have to. Because I
I
saw
actually
that.
got here really early and I brought a change of clothes to work. I changed at work as soon as I was leaving. And everybody's like, what are you wearing jeans for? And I was like, bye. But,
Knowing the sound of all you couldn't have told her.
Well, I actually didn't know she was gonna enter the building too.
Yeah.
I guess I could have told her.
well, it's not the building, it's the actual open construction site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we have the new classroom here.
So is Wendy not gonna enter the building?
She's got somebody bringing her shoes, but we're still waiting for Jerry, Nat, and Jay. So as soon as Wendy comes in, I'll get started.
Okay, so we're looking for Geraldine.
Nat is on his way, he's in traffic, so you can wait. He's working on it. Do you have extra copies of past minutes?
Extra copies of past. No, like which meetings?
March 13th.
No, I don't. I can email them to you.
Because
I got stalls after me trying to leave.
you should have this one.
Oh.
I should have that one, that's the signed one?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
And then just email me and I can. You sign it, it's not a big one. Order 640. Roll call, Ms. Gerald Castro,
Here.
Mr. Jay Shun,
Here.
Ms. Denise Jackman. Jackman, sorry. I am here. Mr. Nat Ornelas is running a little late, but he'll be here. Ms. Yvette Romo. Here. Miss Wendy Zhong.
I'm here.
Mr. Alejandro Flores is not present, however, Miss Marion Kim is standing in for him. Mr. Aubrey Craig is not here, nor is Miss Rosanna Lowe. Mr. Marcos Rodriguez is, and Miss Josefina Sandoval. I'm going to ask everybody to please overlook the agenda for tonight's meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Right now, I'd like to open up the floor to public remarks. They're limited to 3 minutes unless extended further or limited by vote of committee. Maximum of 20 minutes unless extended by committee is allocated for each subject discussed. Ordinarily, committee members will not respond to presentation and no action can be taken. However, the committee may give direction to staff following the presentation. We only have one key card, and that is from Mr. Roy Humphreys.
So we're not going to do the flag salute? I just saw that on the bottom of your thing. In fact, you know, on the bottom of your agenda, first page of your agenda. I don't want to preempt that.
We can go ahead and do that after your public announcement.
Oh, okay. I'm sure the camera. Okay. Okay, thank you. And first of all, I have a quote of March 14th, 2018. And I quote, I sure hope that you got all the responses you wanted to the letter you wrote for Harry to read. I witnessed most of the issues in the letter you wrote for Harry. Your interpretation of the events is wrong, and you should know that since you have the videos to refer to. It is clear that the influence you have over Mr. Peterson is strong, and that is why I nominated Natalie last night. We certainly do not need another blind follow of yours on the board. Now, it refers to the committee, and the quote. And I just asked, is it Ms. Zhong, is it Mr. Chun, or Nate Ornelas that supposedly I have this, they are blind followers to mine. And this is sent to me by Denise Jackman. And I call for the immediate resignation of Denise Jackman as a foreclosed, as an embarrassment to this committee and district. And my wife asked me, why do you continue this crazy quest of recording these videos of these committees and so forth for the district? And this reminded me of a TV series that we saw called Goliath, where lawyer Billy McBride says, aren't you interested in the truth? Something to dwell on. And he said, I'm not a bad guy, but I am crazy, because my wife's already confirmed that. The difference is the crazy guy doesn't go away. For me, I will go away if I'm killed, gravely injured, or pray tell should this district take over the 21st century task of video recording these processes here and posting them unedited on the internet. And noting that Harry Peterson, that I have all this great influence over, stated that the only way that will correct the shameful sham of this organization is a grand jury and forensic audit. And of course, all of the prayer board members, to include Ms. Jackman, was there to witness that. Remember, the only way we can move forward is if we are honest about our past. And for all to note that the $50 million windfall for Oswald and no toilets will live forever, along with the 10% rule. And it's only the tip of the iceberg. And you can see all of these recordings on my YouTube channel, to include the board for this district. Thank you.
Okay, and it did look like we missed the flag salute. Please. Please stand up for the flag salute.
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everybody have a chance to review the minutes from our last meeting that had quorum, which was April 17th. 2018. Those new members or those who were not in attendance, I will please ask for you to abstain from voting on them.
I'll be first.
Second.
All those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next item for that is walking up, and we do need him for this one because this is going to be going over the perpetuating dates for the 2018-2019 school year. There he is. Hyde.
Hello.
Fill you in real quick. We're on going over proposed dates. We've approved the agenda and minutes to the flag salute. So does anybody have an issue with any of these dates? These are generally the third Tuesdays of the month. Is there another week that would be better?
I'd have to check, but for the most part, it's a late meeting, so usually
What we can do is amend and propose, approve just the next meeting? To go over this and table it to the next meeting?
Sure.
Wendy, your input, please? Wendy, your input?
I'm fine.
Okay, so we're gonna review and then table, we've reviewed the calendar, we're gonna table the decision until the next meeting and approve the August 28th meeting. And then we go to the agenda, as we're moving through it, we're gonna have to amend,
We're going to have to go next meeting.
we're not, no, table to the next meeting to see if the room's gonna be available on Wednesdays, because there are some people who have conflicts on Tuesdays. And we don't have that information at hand.
So did you want to, sorry, do you want to move these to the next day on Wednesdays? Is that what you want to do?
Yes,
So then bring back the proposed dates.
please. But we will keep the August 28th. Can I get a motion, please?
Did you table the proposed dates?
Okay. Okay, I'd like to introduce our two new members. We have Miss Gerald Easterlight. Would you like to say something?
Sure. You probably know Gerald is a formal name. I do go by Jerry. Some people call me Jeff, but we won't go there. Jerry. That's an inside joke with David. I graduated from Rowland High in 2002. He's married, has a boy, our only grandson, and they went and picked up and moved to Las Vegas. Took the grandson with them. So in the last 4 years they've been there, I've only been there 18 times. So we go every couple of months to, see the kid. I was originally born in Pennsylvania. I moved out to California after high school when I was 19 years old. Went to college, graduated from Cal State University, Los Angeles. That was 1972, and that was the first university graduating class. Before that, it was a college. And Ronald Reagan was governor at the time, so his signature is on my diploma. What more can I say? Oh, I'm a Vietnam veteran. I served in the medical corps 1966, 1967 in South Vietnam. Like I said, I lived here for 44 years. It's been a great community. I love Rowland Heights. I don't want to move. I don't plan on moving. Last when they build that temple up there, and somebody comes up to my house with $1 million in cash, I'm gone. So that's what it's going to take to get me out of here. Like I said, my son went to school, and I've been involved in different community activities. Several years ago, they had a women's club, junior women's club, which now they're starting it up again. My wife had been the president a couple of years. She chaired the parade, the Buckboard Days parade, and of course I, with her, worked on all these things. She started the band review at the high school. They used to have the bands in the parade. A lot of bands did not want to march because there was a parade at Walnut, I think, the following week, and then some other one. So anyway, came up with the idea of the band review. She met with the band director here at the school and started that up. I belong to the Senior Pathfinders group that meets every Friday up at the community center. I am also on the board of trustees at our church, which is St. Matthew's United Methodist Church in Hacienda Heights. I do a lot of things at the church. I'm an usher, I'm a liturgist. My wife and I put on a lunch once a month with a speaker for the senior group at the church, and it's a lunch, so it's the people that are retired and able to do that. Been through a lot of things here in the Boy Scouts with my son. I was a Boy Scout director, whatever they call it. Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and Indian Guides. Several years we were in the Indian Guide program. So I have done a lot of things in Rowland.
Wonderful, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh, and I retired 7 years ago. I was a chief financial officer and human resources director with a manufacturing company over in Santa Fe Springs. I worked there for 20 years, and I'm happily retired.
And Ms. Yvette Romo.
I don't have that much to say. My name is Yvette Romo. I've lived here in Rowland Heights for about 25 years. I have two children, both of them went through the Rowland Unified School District. My daughter graduated from here in 2012. She graduated from Mount St. Mary's University a couple years ago. My son graduated in 2014 from here and just graduated last Friday from UC Irvine. So I'm done. I work for the Head Start program in Montebello Unified for almost 30 years. I hope to retire soon, but who knows? I thought we were done and I could, but then my son asked for $7,000 to do a paralegal program, and I said, okay, I guess I go one more year. But I just wanted to get involved. It's been a while. I was always involved with PTA and site council meetings and all the stuff with the school district. And I had laid low for a few years while my kids were in college, but I think it's time to get back in and see what's going on in the community. After all, our tax dollars are paying for this site, and I'd like to see what they're doing with it and make sure that it's doing well. So, that's it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, last meeting, we did not have quorum, and it was on the agenda for the annual report. I pretty much went over the old annual report and put in what was relevant, because it still needed to be presented to the school board at the last school board meeting of the year. So while we did not get the opportunity to work on it as a group, when I did present this to the board, I did let them know if there were any amendments or changes that we as a committee decided to make. I would have no problem going back to them with an amended version. So I'm just looking for if anything needs to be changed, if we had a consensus about anything that needed to be changed, so I can take it back to the Board of Education.
I move to approve the Minnesota State census.
It's not an action.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It looks well.
I really do have to say thank you to Gina Ward, because she took everything that I wrote in Word and made it pretty. Very, very pretty. It's nice to know that we have staff at the school district that whenever they're reached out to, they're always there to help and bring their A game, obviously. Okay, moving on. And I have the construction manager from Modesto Mine. Please come and give us a little update.
That's me.
That's you.
I've met most everybody here before. My name is Russ, last name is Hall. I work for Desmond Meyer Construction. I'm the site superintendent for this project, so obviously I'm not retired either. But I'm looking forward to it. So you're probably familiar with some of the more elaborate presentations I've done with PowerPoint, but my understanding was today we would be doing a site tour, so I wasn't asked to bring anything along those lines, so I have not, probably to the relief for some of you. But I can give you a verbal update on the situation of the project. It's a three-phase project. It's the first phase included the construction of this classroom building. The second phase is 3 buildings, which we're going to see tonight, which are under construction. And the third and final phase will be for a special ed building and a new parking lot, which will happen about a year or so from now. So there's 5 buildings total. As I mentioned, 1 is done. 3 are in the progress, and 1 will be built in the future. The future for that would be is when we move the administration staff out of the temporary portables, temporary staff housing over here in the parking lot. Once they come out of there, they'll go into the new admin building, which should be ready in December of this year. And we can then remove those portables and put up the last building, which will be the final phase. We do the parking lot in the last summer, which will be summer of 2019. So I would say overall, percentage-wise, we're about 50% on this project right now. If you had to wrap it all up into one percentage. And the project is scheduled to finish up in September of 2019. So that's pretty brief, but that's kind of where we're at. And now we're going to split up the tours, or if you'd like any answer questions you might have now before we take the tour, I'd be glad to do that as well.
Any questions, especially from new members? Okay.
Well, it's nice to meet the new members. Welcome.
Thank you.
Natalie, how did you want to split up the tour?
We're gonna have to, no more than 3 people in the group.
I know it looks like there are 9 people, or
There's 7.
7, okay. How will we do that? Because I think it's just Marcos and I as far as...
Okay. Well, no, can't do 4. 4's quorum. So it has to be.
Was there a reason for that?
4's quorum. There can be no, 4 of us cannot be in the same room together. It's a walking meeting. It doesn't matter, really.
You could follow along loosely.
Yeah, I'll follow along loosely and just observe from behind. So we could do that, and
Your
then just
decision,
split.
however you want to handle it, is fine with me.
Yeah, that's
I can take 3 people and...
You take 3 people, you take 3 people, I'll look into it. If I have any questions, I'll find either one of you at the end.
And we just ask that you be super careful as to where you step. It's uneven ground out there. When we get over to the Performing Arts Center, there's some exposed rebar and stuff, so just please watch where you're going.
Look up, look down.
Whatever.
Be careful. Safety first. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Not yet. We don't have to skip that.
Oh, sorry, you're right. Committees and staff comments. Are there any member committees?
I do have. I'm going to talk about our annual report.
Why didn't you talk about it when we were discussing the annual
No.
report?
Comment, that's my comment.
Okay.
We talk about comment.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, I think Natalie prepared this, but the way he presented did not follow the procedure. So on June 14th, I know she's going to present to the member, but all our board members never see the report. So she told me we're supposed to discuss in May, since we don't have enough quorum, so I cancel. That's why we don't have a chance to discuss. So I tell her, even we don't have a chance to discuss, but all the members supposed to have to receive it before she present to the board. That's why I bring this issue to her, and also bring this issue to Alex. So later, Alex talked to Josephine and email to everybody, right? Did you get the report? So I suggest, yeah, we should follow the right procedure. Right now, we have enough members and we have enough quorum. So we fully commit our bylaw. So I think we should, you're the leader, we have to make sure each time we do is follow procedure, right procedure. That's my recommendation.
Oh, we're good?
We're good. Any question? First, to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. There was not, who seconded the action to table the schedule?
I'll second
the
that.
schedule?
She motioned it, yeah,
Right.
I'll second it.
Actually, we do need to go back and vote on that. I'm sorry for that oversight. All in favor to table the dates until next meeting?
All right.
All right.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Okay, now we need a second for adjournment. All in favor?
All right.
Any opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Yeah, that's why we do these things that way.
Typically, the last time we did it.
So now we're going on the tour.
Yes.
And we get back in here to pick up our stuff.
Yes.
Or we can carry that thing.
Oh, you got the big one. Welcome.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm invited to come along and video record these, this tour.
Meeting's adjourned.
That's the meeting, but don't we want to let the people know what's going on?
Do
We
you
don't?
have permission from the school district to videotape on a campus when it's closed?
You're the Bond Oversight Committee, it's all an extension of it.
It's a nice shirt, though.
Thank you. Okay, open camera, anybody want to say anything? Okay, last chance, going.